So you just heard about OBS Studio and you don't know how to figure it out. This video is all about the OBS Studio, the tutorial of OBS Studio, and today I'm gonna give you an introduction of OBS Studio. So before we can get into the tutorial of what it does and how it does it, first we must know what is it. OBS Studio stands for Open Broadcaster Software, is a free and powerful software that allows you to live stream from your desktop. This OBS Studio tutorial will make you through how to use it. The history of OBS Studio. So the OBS Studio started out a small project created by huge Jim Bailey, but quickly grew with the help of many online collaborations, working both to improve OBS and spread the knowledge about the program. In 2014, development started on a written version known as OBS Multi-Platform, later renamed OBS Studio for multi-platform support, a more thorough feature set, and more powerful API. So API stands for Application Programming Interface. In 2016, OBS Classes was no longer supported, with OBS Studio becoming the primary version. So the OBS Studio is also available in Windows operating system, Linux operating system, which is also an open software, and the Mac operating system.
A tour of OBS Studio. In order to understand how to use OBS Studio, you need to know the layout of OBS Studio and how to find the features you need. In this video, I'm gonna give you the tour of OBS Studio. When you get into the preview section, you're gonna see a scene, sources, mixer section, and transition. Now, to understand OBS, there are two main concepts that you really need to be familiar with. Number one, you need to understand scene. Scene is the specific layout for how you want your sources to be displayed. And your sources is the things or elements shown on your screen. Scene can be made up of multiple sources. So as you can see, in the scene section, you can add up, you can remove the scene, you can move up or down, you can change the order that those are displayed.
So in the sources, there is a webcam that we use. You can add the sources or you can move up and down. It is an additional icon. Mixer section. This section can change your audio. Micer allows to control the audio setting for the devices that you add. Transition. You can set whatever you want. You can cut from scene to scene or whether you wanted to fade or move quickly. So these are different options that you can make set. Start streaming. Whether you want to stream into Facebook, YouTube, or some other platform. Start recording. Not only can you use this to stream live, but you can actually use this to record locally in your hard drive. Studio mode. It allows you to preview what's going out before you actually send it out.
Basic configuration in OBS. Now let's go through the settings section of OBS Studio. That's how you will know where to find what you are looking for. In addition, we will also explain its adjustment how to be done to optimize your performance, on which you can find all the menus discussed below at Pine Settings.
General. Here, you can make some useful adjustments, such as setting a security question when starting a broadcast. That way, you can prevent your live stream on Twitch from being started too early by accidentally clicking on it. You can also set whether your stream should be recorded directly and how the sources should be fashioned by default. Feel free to try out the configuration and figure out why you like best for your Twitch broadcast. In the beginning, however, not much has to be done here. You should activate the security question, but you can ignore the other option for now, since OBS works with good defaults.
Stream. First, select the platform of your choice from the list and then choose the closest possible server. Most of the time, there are several services that can be used, so you should test them and find out what works best for you. You need your stream key for Twitch, which you can find on Twitch on your dashboard settings. You should copy it from your Twitch dashboard and paste it OBS on this page. Note, never pass on your stream key and change it immediately if you accidentally showed it to the public.
Output. OBS supports different encoders if the corresponding technical requirements are met. However, since times 264 encoding has the most stable performance anyway, it should not be changed. These functions keeps the bitrate and therefore the quality constant. If you are using different platforms and nothing else is explicitly recommended, you should use CBR there as well. Please keep in mind, however, that your channel will not have transcoding options available in the beginning. This means that viewers can independently reduce the quality of the broadcast, which leads to a worse image quality of the stream. However, you can always change the bitrate during the stream. If viewers are having issues watching, in most cases, it is sufficient to keep the CPU pre-configuration at very fast. If you have a CPU with enough power, you can also try out more powerful options here or reduce the utilization. If your CPU is not new anymore, it's important to note that ultra-fast uses the least CPU power while going down towards medium uses more CPU. Audio. Here, you can select your audio devices for your stream, allowing you to perfectly match multiple output devices or microphones to each other. Separate push-to-talk or push-to-mute button can be defined near each device, including any desired delays. You can also find mono and stereo sound configurations here. In most cases, however, you don't need to change anything, as the audio devices are usually recognized and set up directly via your system's default configuration. Advanced Open Broadcast software is also perfect for YouTube. In the Advanced menu, you can make some additional settings. Auto reconnect can be useful if there are smaller connection interruptions. For example, in WLAN, VS also offers the option of stream delay, whereby the stream is broadcast delay. This is especially useful if a live tournament is broadcast or if you want to protect yourself from other players watching the stream in order to gain an advantage, so-called stream snipers. Of course, for a good stream, just connecting to Twitch isn't enough. There are a number of other configurations that need to be done for a professional look. These include the webcam, certain displays for donors and subscribers, account and sponsors, logos, or simply the score of a current tournament series.
When starting OBS for the first time, it will look like this. We will now set up audio as the basic configuration of OBS. Enter settings by clicking the setting button at the main controls or go to file settings. Audio setup. We will now add your computer audio as well as your microphone to OBS. Click on the audio tab and set up this desktop audio device as well as mix accelerate device to default. Leave the rest on disable. Recording quality setup. Making a high quality recording very easy. Switch the output tab and set up desired. Switch to output settings, select the folder where OBS will store the videos. Default is the videos folder in your user profile. Select the desired quality for casual recording. High quality is a good compromise of quality and file size. If you like to do video editing or post-processing, use indistinguishable quality for near lossless quality. Lossless is not recommended. It will produce multiple gigabytes per minute. Use FLV or MKB as recording format, as those formats are crash-proof. MP4 is not recommended as your whole video can get unplayable if OBS or your computer crashes during recording. OBS can quickly convert LFB or MKB to MP4 after recording for your if needed. Here it gets a bit difficult as the available option depend on your computer. The following encoders in the order are recommended to minimize performance impact of OBS. Select the highest one you have available. Hardware. NVENC. Hardware. Intel QuickSync. Hardware. AMD AMF. Software. Low CPU usage preset. The selection only affects how much CPU power is needed for the actual recording. OBS will do the complicated setup for you. So it will always hit the target recording quality selected in point 3. You are now ready to start creating your layout.
Example scene. Here we show you how to create example scenes. Game with webcam. For a standard game scene, we will add the game itself and your webcam. Add a new scene to OBS by clicking the plus button and name it in-game. You will now see two scenes, the default scene and your new in-game scene. Make sure in-game is selected by clicking on it. We will now add your game and webcam to this new scene. If not already running, please start your game now to have it ready for OBS. In the sources box, click the plus button and select Game Capture. You can rename it here as well or just confirm with OK. The game capture properties will now open and you can select the game you'd like to capture. Capture mode can usually be left to. Capture any full screen application. OBS will then automatically grab the game currently in focus. If you switch games often or only want to grab specific games, use the other two options as needed. Anti-cheat compatibility hook should be kept on best results. Please note that this not affect any cheating reports, only how aggressive OBS will try to get the game feed. OBS is safe to use was never the cause for a cheat ban to date. When the third-party overlay option is enabled, OBS will try to its best to capture game overlays as well, Steam, Uplay, or Discord. Please note that this is best effort only and not guaranteed to work. Click OK to close the game capture properties. Depending on how the game is set up, you can now already see something in the OBS preview. We now add a webcam. To do this, click the plus under sources again and select video capture device. Rename the source to webcam and click OK.
Select your webcam from the list under device and OBS will activate its standard setting. If you like a different size resolution, select resolution custom and select the desired size. From the resolution list, click OK to add your webcam to the scene. Reposition, then resize the webcam how you like it. To reposition a source, just click and hold it with your left mouse button. In the preview, a red box will show its position. Use the corner or side handles to resize a source. Done.